Alright guys, so I want to go ahead and make an update video here because right now, according to NFL rumors, Travis Kelce is expected to miss the game versus the Detroit Lions. Kelce has not missed a single game in his career, so this is definitely going to be an interesting situation. Now, obviously, keep in mind that this injury he has is not a long-term injury, but as it says right here, it could be a 1 to 2 week injury. So we have to adjust our DFS lineups based on the fact that there is no Travis Kelce, right? Because you can't, you can't play DFS here when it comes to this game and use Travis Kelce. So starting off right away, that's going to make it so much more chalky on so many other players, right? Because there's a huge amount of chalk that was going toward Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce at the captain position. And now because Kelce is going to be out, it's now going to be diverted to Mahomes, St. Brown. I probably would say a little bit of Jared Goff and a little bit of Gibbs. So now you have all this chalk that is now being, dispersed around. So starting off right away, at my captain spot, I know I talked about Kelce before. It's going to be interesting. I'm going back to going with Gibbs. The problem is, without Kelce in the lineup now, also, every lineup for the most part, a lot of lineups are going to be very chalky. So I'm not expecting anyone here to, unless something crazy happens, for anyone to really get that $1 million without splitting it with like 200,000 people. Because, again, like I said, you're taking out a huge asset to this, game. And again, Mahomes, without Kelce, his value goes down immensely. Because now you don't have that guy who can go out there and throw and catch, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns in this game. Now, again, they still have decent receivers, and this does bump up MVS, Kadarius Toney, etc. But again, Kadarius Toney's another player who's dealing with injury in this game. So, this is going to be an interesting set of events. But I am going to still be using Mahomes in my lineup here. I still do... I'm not really finding myself getting to Jared Goff in any way, especially not Gibbs with the captain spot. So going down this list here, who do I like at this wide receiver position? I'm now going 1,000% into MVS. He's 5,400. He is a one-play tighty type of guy. He's like a boomer bust type of guy. But again, he's going to be targeted now without Kelce in there. So I more or less am absolutely loving him as a pick here going into this game. Other than that, though, let's go ahead and see how I kind of balance this out. Isaiah Pacheco is another player I love in this lineup, especially without Kelce. Again, like I said, guys, without Kelce, there's so many different options on this offense for the Chiefs. Don't get me wrong, even before Kelce got hurt and missed this game, there was still a lot of great options. But it's even better now. Well, Kelce in there. So, let's go ahead and, think about Kadarius Toney. Again, like I said, he was limited process on Tuesday. You got to take that in consideration. Every single process on a short week, but on the first game of the season is very, very important. I don't know how much I love him here. He's just so expensive at 7,000. It's hard for me to get to that point that I want to use him here. Maybe... You know what? I'm probably going to end up getting to... I'm going Sam Laporta here. And I might finish it off with... I want to go Kadarius Toney so bad. It's just the injuries. And I don't think he's going to be injured going into this game. Like, he's going to actually be out. But I think he's going to get limited snap counts. And I don't want to risk a limited snap count in this type of game. Marv Jones does interest me a tad bit. Just a tad bit, though. Nothing too crazy here. But again, if I'm going to load up on receivers, like I got Gibbs, obviously, right? But if I go with Marv Jones, Sam Laporta, it gets to a point where I kind of want to go with Jared Goff. But not too much, I guess, because I'm only going 2 weapons here. I might go with Marv Jones. I don't love that, though. I'll be honest with you, I don't even love that. I think that is still a type of move here. Alright, let's restructure this. So we're going to get away from Gibbs at the captain spot. And let's say we do go Mahomes at the captain spot, which again, like I said, he might score the most points on the slate, period. It's very, very possible, even without all his weapons. Well, I sell his weapons. Without, his main weapon, Kelce, he could still score the most points on this slate, in all honesty. So, he's going to be the chalkiest player of the week. So, this lineup I'm about to build is very, very chalky. But let's say we got Mahomes at the captain spot there. We're going to go with Gibbs. I really like him this week. Let's go with, I'm going to go with MVS. A little bit far down there. Now without Kelce, I will say some of these receivers definitely get a bump up. So, for example, let's go with Sky Moore, their first round pick last season. I might go with... I'm thinking about if I want to go with a cheap play and then go with a very expensive play. So kind of going with a guy that might score 0, but also might not. And again, boomer bust type of guy, and I still have the leverage of avoiding the chalk by diversifying my lineup. Khalif Raymond is a player I've talked about before. I'm really interested in him in this game and see how many snap counts he gets. We're kind of going to get throughout the season a general gist of how good he can play based on that. And if I do go with Khalif Raymond here, I can actually go with someone more expensive, and I can find myself going back to someone like Amon St. Brown here. Now, again, if I do go with, Patrick Mahomes at the captain spot, for the most part, again, it's a very chalky, lineup to create here. But if you're going to go with Patrick Mahomes at the captain spot, you want to at least double stack him in this lineup, right? Because if you're going to tell me right now that Patrick Mahomes is going to go out there and put up the most points, that it's going to be worth the $18,300 price tag, that means that either he's going to get some rushing touchdowns to get some 6 points, or he's going to throw enough touchdowns separated throughout all his receivers so that none of those receivers are the best option in this game, right? So that's why the quarterback's always hard to get to. Unless you have Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, it's really hard to justify going with the captain spot for the quarterback. But that's kind of where I'm looking at if I am going with the quarterback here, is kind of that ballpark range. The last lineup I want to build before we get out of this video is going to be, let me go ahead and clear that all out. It's going to be, we already went with Gibbs, we already went with Mahomes. You could make the argument of Amon-Ra St. Brown as possibly the captain spot. He's going to be very chalky. Again, like I said, all of these guys now with Kelce out, it's going to be all chalk. So let's go ahead and go with Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? If I'm going with him, I'm probably going with Jared Goff, because I think if he's going to have a great game, Jared Goff probably has a great game. I might end up then going with, I'm going to go with Patrick. I don't think you can get away from going Patrick Mahomes in this game. Even if he's not 100%, meaning crazy insane, right, without Kelce, I still think he's going to be a great option. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the game for a reason. All right, so I'm going to go with Khalif Raymond, kind of to getting a more of a boomer bust type of guy, right? And then I could actually now go a little bit cheaper. I'm going to go with MVS. And I might finish this lineup off with someone like Isaiah Pacheco, because I think this is going to be a good Mahomes game. He's going to throw maybe a touchdown or two to MVS, but maybe one touchdown to MVS. But he's also going to get, some pretty good points with Isaiah Pacheco just running the ball, because they're going to try to run the ball more with Kelce being out. So kind of how I'm looking at everything, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, though, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.